What is up, my fellow traders? I want to talk about copy trading. When should you use it and when you should not be using it? Because I think some traders may be using it at the wrong times to their own detriment. And in reality, it's not even their fault. You're seeing a lot of videos about copy trading and how I made $40,000, how I made $100,000 copy trading. But what these influencers are not telling you is when and when not you should be using them, because some of you are just using them and all they're doing is leveraging your losses in the valuation stage. Because all of copy trading is, guys, is leverage. It's just straight up leverage is all it is. And it's a lot of leverage. It's not even a little bit of leverage. I even have a trade copier tutorial. There's companies like Take Profit Trader that you don't even need to use one at all, and I'll get into that later and explain exactly why you shouldn't be using them with companies like Take Profit Trader and companies like Bulenox Trader Funding. These companies you want to be using the trade copier. Companies like Apex Trader Funding, you should be using them. They actually are needed with these kind of companies. So why should you listen to me at all? Well, I make 20 to 50K from trading funded accounts a month. Yeah, a month. So I know what I'm doing. I've been in the game a long time. I'm funded with all of these companies and have been for quite some time. So I don't copy trade at this time, and there's a reason for that. So what is the reason? Why wouldn't I be copy trading with Apex Trader Funding or Take Profit Trader or any of these other funding companies? Because it comes down to leverage, right? So something to understand is like why and why not to use these funding companies. So I'm in a trade right now with NQ in my funded pro account with Take Profit Trader, right? So the major reason why I don't is because I'm majorly focused on Take Profit Trader because they have payouts from day one and the payouts are unrestricted. So I'm gonna say that unrestricted. But with other funding companies like funding companies such as Apex, if you look at their accounts here, you're only allowed to withdraw a certain amount per payout. So if you go to their how payouts work, so here you see for the first 4 months, you're allowed to only withdraw $2,000 from the account every 2 weeks, pretty much. So twice monthly. So you've in a 50K account, for example, max, you could withdraw $4,000 a month. So with an Apex Trader Funding account, it does make sense to do that because you're only allowed $4,000 a month. So let's say you wanted to make $10,000 a month. You could easily do 3 accounts, and that would give you $12,000 a month in payouts, right? Because you'd have 3 accounts, you withdraw $4,000 a month, that is $12,000. That makes sense. Another company is Bulenox Trader Funding. So Bulenox allows you to withdraw $1,500 every 10 trading days. So that's 2 payouts a month, same as Apex, but you're only going to make $3,000 in a 50K account max per account. So it does make sense here again to copy trade or at least trade multiple accounts. So those are companies that it makes sense to copy trade, right? Because you're limited on your payouts and it at least makes sense to trade multiple accounts to maximize your profits. If you go to Take Profit Trader though, it does not make sense to copy trade here. I keep getting questions, can you copy trade with Take Profit Trader? Why would you, right? There's no reason to. So these influencers continue to push copy trading because they're getting paid to do so. But with Take Profit Trader, there is no max payout. So it's unlimited. There's no reason for you to do it. There just isn't. Let's say on the first day I made $10,000. I could withdraw it. Let's say I made $20,000. I could withdraw it that day. And why do I not think it's necessary? Because you're already over leveraged in futures to begin with, right? So copy trading is just another form of leverage, right? All it is leveraging your position and timesing it by 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's take the notional value of one NQ contract here. So many of you probably don't know this, but like let's say you wanted to outright purchase a contract and without margin, without anything. How much would it cost you? Well, you take the notional value of it right now, 19,640, and then you times it by the point value. The point value is $20. So you're timesing 19,640 by 20 every single dollar move. So times 20. So it's $392,800, right? So let's say you had 2 contracts on. So even right now, I'm trading with almost 750 times the leverage. So it's $785,000 of capital I'm trading with right now. So now you guys are saying that you want to times this by 10. So then you're trading in one position, you're trading with $7,856. Unless your account balance is almost $1 billion, you probably should, at least 100 million, you shouldn't be trading with this much, right? So you guys got to understand your 50K account isn't really a $50,000 account. It's really a $2,500 account, depending on which company you trade with, because the account size isn't really what it says it is, because a $100,000 account, they give you a drawdown of 5,000. So that's a $5,000 account. You can only lose 5,000. So therefore it is a $5,000 account. Why they say it is a $100,000 account is the contracts. So they're taking the contracts and using that to justify calling it that. So in a 50K account, you know, it depends on the company, but anywhere from 10 contracts to 3, right? They're saying that it is a $5,000 per contract margin to trade it. So they're saying they give you a 50K account based off of that math. But that's the leverage in the account, but it doesn't mean that that's how much you can lose. So stop looking at the account sizes as they say, but rather looking at your drawdown. So a 50K account is really a $2,500 account. A 100K account is really a $5,000 account. So base your copy trading off of that. So if you have $2,500 in your account, does it really make sense to up your leverage with Take Profit Trader? Absolutely not. You don't want more leverage. You're already over leveraged to the tilt, really. Even one contract, you're way over leveraged on guidelines for normal trading standards, right? So you're already risking. I'm able to risk a little bit less because of the way I trade. I can risk $200 to $250 per trade easily, no problem. But that's just how I trade and my ability to trade, right? So most people are going to have to be risking 10 points on NQ. So how much? 10 points is $200 per contract, right? That's a lot of money. And you're saying you want to times this by up to 10? Why? It's just not necessary, guys. Unless you're in an account with Apex Trader Funding, Bulenox. Those are the 2 I would recommend to copy trade with. I think you could do it with other companies like Top Step, but it doesn't. Yeah, Top Step does make sense up to 2 to 3 accounts, but over that, it's really not going to benefit you in any kind of way. And especially you guys, if you're still in the evaluation phase, no, do not copy trade. All you're doing is leveraging your losses and your costs to get funded. Because if you think about it, you're just leveraging up, right? So why would you leverage up in the evaluation phase? I mean, you got to realize all you're doing is just increasing your cost to get funded by 10. Some of you guys are trading up to 10. So instead of paying, so everyone I know goes through the same struggle, right? We go through the failing evaluation stage. So it's just part of it where you fail evaluations for quite some time. For me, it was almost a year of failing evaluations. And then you break through that cycle and you remove that mental block. And now you're onto the failing funded accounts where you can easily get funded, but you can't get the damn payout. For me, this lasted 3 to 6 months. I can't remember. It was a long time. And the most painful period is this here. Because I knew I could get funded. I just couldn't get myself to follow my rules. I could not get myself to stop blowing up and going into tilt. So imagine if I would have times this by 10 and then times this by 10. So I would have blown up 10 times as more evaluations, 10 times as many funded accounts, right? But how about you just wait until you get 3, 4, I would say even 5 payouts. Once you get 5 payouts, then you'll have the money to the extra money to pay for these extra evaluations and to pay for these funded accounts. One payout will make up for your evaluations if you're failing them one at a time, just about right off the bat. And then the second one will pay up for all the funded accounts you've activated. And the third one is pure profit. And the fourth one goes into your savings account to buy stock or crypto on your long-term account. And then take half of the next one and buy 10 evaluations. And then on your next payout, pay for those to get activated. And then boom, now it's not coming out of your pocket. You don't have a pissed off wife wondering where all you guys' fucking money's going. Because if you're doing it 10 at a time, whew, I bet your wife is hating life right now, man, or your girl, whatever it is, because you broke, man. You're probably broke. And you're justifying doing this because you're like, oh, this time I'm going to get it. It's okay if I spend this money because I'm going to get it back immediately. But in reality, you know you're lying to yourself. How do I know this? Because I used to do it. I used to do that. So don't do it, guys. I really, really think you'd be better off just waiting. What's the rush, guys? If you're gonna get there, you're gonna get there. If not, you're not. But leveraging up your failure is not gonna be beneficial for you guys. I promise you. So if you do want to get funded, I actually have a website, guys, that I update every single day with the newest discounts with the funding companies you can trust. So here's my discount page. I update it every day. I have the best discounts in the game by far. And I guarantee that these companies pay you out with all the uncertainty in the funding space. You can think of it as your insurance. If you use my code or my link, and let's say the company's like, no, I'm not paying you out, and you follow the rules and you did what you're supposed to, I will step in and I will pay you out. I did it when Apex Trader Funding went awry. I paid out several people. I have money set aside for this in case of emergencies for people. That way I'm held accountable and I'm not recommending companies that are bad. I have, my name's on the line, but not only my name, but my capital as well. So definitely check that out, guys. I also have a Discord that I live trade in every single day. So Sunday through Friday, I'm live streaming at least an hour per day. So if you would be interested in that, check it out and we will live stream together, live trade together, and we will do this together. So I know what you guys have been through. I know what you're going through. And it's better to learn from someone that actually has been there and done it and can teach you how. And then plus you can make money while you're learning because I'm going to teach you and we're going to trade and we're going to make money. Period. So if that'd be something you're interested in, check out the link in the description. I'll see you guys there in the charts trading, making that money. Peace, guys.